Hey guys, happy Splasher here. Good afternoon. It is 7/10/2021. Right now we're going to be doing some journey boss, so let's get right into it. Right now we are on the final boss of Island 3. So let us take a look at the skills and then get ready. Right, so at the beginning of the turn, they will summon a water elemental, and when that water elemental, when it comes into play, it will summon 4 freeze runes on our side of the field. It's a melee unit, and yeah, pretty high stats over there. Right, whenever a water elemental dies, it will kill one of our units, and then at the I guess whenever one of their units dies, they'll also heal for a lot of health. So not sure what exactly we're going to factor in. We have a strategy. We have actually a couple strategies going in, but yeah, let me see what strategy. Okay, so we have one where we could potentially jam up their spots. We have another one where we can protect our units, and then we have one where we can burn for health. So we'll see what makes the most sense as we go into this. Now let's take a look at their units. All right, so they have the extra water elemental at the end of the turn, has heal their units for every frozen unit on our side, which we should expect a lot of frozen. And then also an attack boost and killing the water elemental. So that'll actually trigger off the kill one of our units. Right, so this one here, end of turn, gets an attack boost for every frozen unit on our side. Whenever one of our units dies next, it will then summon these Horos that will freeze. And then it has flight too, so a lot of evasion. We have this unit over here that whenever a unit comes into play, will deal damage to our units. On top of that, whenever it's attacked, it will steal attack from us. And then when it dies, it deals damage pentagrams on our side of the field. Right, we have this unit over here. Whenever it attacks, it summons a plant on another cell. That plant will then summon another plant. Whenever this attacks, it will poison units except nature for a lot of damage. And then at the end of turn, it will get a health boost. Right, finally over here, we have this unit that has a lot of health, a lot of block, and then also it silences units in the line. So we'll have to, we may protect our units from silence, but we'll see how much of a threat this actually is. All right, so let's just start with our battle and we'll go from there. Okay. We have a full board again, so let's do it. Man, so dumb. So dumb. I did it. Wow. I am in utter shock. Okay. Uh, right. Well, I guess we'll collect our gem fund because we actually got it done. So let's collect our gems. And let's see if we can get out of here. Oh, so it just says level completed, and that was it. All right, heading out of the journey, going back in. Nope. Can we go to the map? Nope. And it doesn't even say anything. All it says is level complete. Man, what a rip. Anyways, all right. So that is cool. We actually got through the journey. Let's go through the boss breakdown or the skill breakdown, and we'll take it from there. Wow, just absolutely wow. All right. So we used an ogre for a couple of reasons. We have a silence all enemies, so that allows us to get rid of some of their skills, particularly the Goliath and the Medusa, and also the Mizu. They all either deal damage, and in that order, they deal damage to our units, or prevent our units from attacking and steal our attack, or summon elementals that deal freeze runes. Pretty much every one of their units you have to silence, so that is why we have this in here. Also has a little heal, so we can take some damage at the beginning. As we saw, we took a lot of damage, and we only have a little bit of 1,000 health. And then on top of that, we have these stones with the heal. The stones with the heal will pretty much heal us whenever they're attacked. And it combos with this charm over here that at the end of the turn, it turns to this building. And this building on their turn gives mental shield to one of our units randomly. So because of that, they have a lot of units that attack. So randomly, we can get mental shield for our stones and keep us alive while also gaining health. All right, let's take a look at the units. So we use this life palace of all things. The reason why is so when it comes into play, it heals us. So we'll take some damage first and then we'll heal. And then it also heals our units. And the big thing here is at the end of the turn, it gives mental shield to 2 random allies. So as long as this shield, as long as this life palace can actually stay alive for a couple turns, we can give mental shield to all of our units. That protects from extra damage and then also against the skill that kills one of our units whenever a water elemental is destroyed. All right, we use this Aphrodite because it deals damage to the Warlord at equal to a percentage of a random ally's health. That helps us towards the end. Pretty much what happens is we had a pentagram that came out. It summons these 2 health pentagrams. So we summon a unit on a health pentagram. It slowly gains health and then will slowly deal damage over time. Also, it heals our units as well at the beginning of the turn. So we did take a little bit of damage, but that is fine. As long as we can keep our units alive and keep our base alive, then we could wipe out the journey boss. All right, we use this Madam Agony over here. So what she does is when she comes into play, she transforms wounded heroes on both sides of the field and turn into these crystals. These crystals, when they're attacked, they deal damage to the Warlord, and then they also give an attack boost to the Madam Agony. And so pretty much we use this unit because it transforms the wounded units into buildings that can't attack, and then they also block up some of their spots so that they're unable to summon. All right, we summon this Necro Lich because it has these 4 Rotters on the ally cells. What they do is they come into play and then they help us block for damage, and they also deal damage whenever they die. They die at the beginning of the turn or whenever they just get attacked. And then when a Rotter dies, it gives plus health to this unit. That combos with that Aphrodite, so it gives us more health, and then we can deal more damage. All right, we have this group. This group, when it comes into play, it silences enemies in the line, so that allows us, including buildings. That's actually a big deal because one of their buildings, it gives an attack boost to their units, also deals damage to us at the beginning of the turn, and then on top of that, it gives extra attack to 2 units whenever a unit is destroyed on their side. So that is why we use this unit. Right, we use this terror from below. When it comes into play, or it stays on the field, and freezes all chaos and non-chaos and non-buildings for a turn. That allows us to slow down pretty much their entire squad, minus the Goliath, which is chaos, and Medusa, which is also chaos. So yeah, just allows us to build up some extra turns. It also prevents us. We summoned it so we can stop the floss from poisoning our units for a turn, and we can actually pick them off before they do poison. All right, we use this Ariok over here, and so whenever the enemy appears, it gives them bleeding, and then adjacent enemies as well. So that actually combos with our Madam Agony. That once the units get bleeding after they attack, they can be wounded, and then we can transform them. So we have that. It steals a little bit of attack, but the key thing is the invulnerability. So that pretty much means that it can't die from normal combat, but it can die from other effects. So as long as we combo that with our ogre and the silence then pretty much gets rid of their skills, and then we can just place this in front of a line and then block for all the damage. Finally, we use this Charon here. So whenever it attacks, it summons 2 extra attack runes. Not really the main reason why we use them. It's more of dealing damage to a chaos enemy whenever one of our units attacks. That pretty much means that these crystals that the units are transformed to, they will take damage. And then also, because it is a melee unit right here, whenever that goes off to destroy a melee unit, it will get plus health over here. Just check it out. Yeah, so whenever a melee ally kills, it'll give us a little bit of health back to our Warlord. And then finally, also the building, as I mentioned. So at the end of the turn, it transforms into this building. This building gives Mental Shield to one of our units whenever they attack. So whenever they have multiple enemies, they just do multiple attacks, and then we get the Mental Shield. So yeah, that was pretty much that. Doesn't look like there's any more journey right now. I can't believe we actually finished it. That took, I'm going to say at least a couple hours, but all for the sake of content. Anyways, yeah. So I guess we'll just do some other stuff then. Yeah, really not sure what to say at this point. Okay, yeah. Well, if there are any questions, comments, feedback, or concerns, leave a message on Twitch, Discord, or YouTube. The content and streaming schedule is up there. Please follow on Twitch for the live stream, and like and subscribe on YouTube for more videos. We have other Dark Tower, Pit, and anything else Mighty Party that you can think of. And if you don't see it, just leave a message and we'll make some for you. All right, thanks a lot. And yeah, this is Happy Splasher, signing off.